Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to see how to recover automatically from a failed deployment on AWS code pipeline based upon the configuration we have it in place. Before we get started, I have created a playlist on continuous integration and deployment with the AWS code service. So this is a continuation of that series. So kindly watch the before videos which has been deployed by AWS code commit, AWS code build, and AWS code deploy, and followed by the AWS code pipeline. So this is a continuation of that. So here, what we are going to do is we are going to intentionally commit a kind of a breaking change. For example, uh, a change I'm going to do a change in the configuration file. So that particular change will break the our application so that we can see how this is automatically recovering to the previous running version. So to do that, I am already in my development environment, right? Now I'm just going out of my directory. Now I'm going to make some commit with the version name. Okay, so what this will do is this will write the new changes for version 1.1 of the app from a preloaded commit directory. So let's see what all the changes have been happened. So I am into the our code commit repository, local repository. So I am giving git status to see what all the files are untracked. Here you can see these two files are modified, right? Now I am going to add that file to my code repository, code commit repository. And I am going to git commit. So I have committed. Now I am pushing this to code commit repository. So here you can see it has been successfully pushed. And if I go to code commit repository, you can see what exactly I have changed from the GUI console of the code commit repository. So I am going in here. I am clicking on commit. Here you can see just now and an update has been happened to this repository. So I'm clicking on this commit ID. If I go to here, you can see the red one is the previous commit and the green one is the new commit. So we have what we have done is we have changed the port from 8080 to 80, right? But our environment is it should be running on 8080 only, not on 80. So basically, it should trigger an error, right? So if I go to code pipeline, it could have it will be triggered automatically. Why? Because if any change happened in the code commit repository, it should automatically say it should automatically detect and it should trigger the pipeline. If I refresh it, you can see it is in progress. So I am going in here. You can see source got completed and build is currently running. Build also will get completed. Why? Because we haven't introduced the issue on the code build, but we have introduced the issue on the production deployment only. If you remember, like 2 videos back, we have created a code deploy pipeline where we have given like 3 set of events. In one of the event, we have given to verify the service or running up or not. So on that service, it will get captured whether it should run on 8080 port and the service should be up and running. So as we have updated the port, so it will be getting failed. Now let's see how it is behaving. So to see in detail, I'm going to deployment. Now you can see a new deployment has been triggered and on it here. You can see the first instance has been started. It is in progress. Now let's click on view events. Here you can see before block traffic, these and all, it will be happening without any issue. Why? Because these are the not an updated change that is not going to implement in the server. So once all these things are done, so it will validate the service, right? So here is the one which will check whether our service is up and running or not. So here it will be getting captured. Let's see. Let's wait for some couple of minutes. Here you can see it, right? The validate service got failed. So if I want to see why it got failed, I can click on it here, script to fail, and it show it and it says like it transfers user easy to user failed with exit code 7. And also if you see here, we have configured to run on the port 8080, but as we have updated the code as 80, so it says failed to connect to the local host port 8080 and it says connection refused. So this is the one which we are expecting. And if I go to deployment, it says failed, and also the second one it got skipped. So it is not performing the update to the second instance, as the first instance it got failed, right? So it is not proceeding with the second one. It is not proceeding to the second instance, and it will be marking as skipped. So this verifies that one at a time deployment configuration fails, the deployment after the first failure, and it will not proceed to the other instances. So in this case, the skipped instance doesn't need to roll back, right? Why? Because the skipped instance doesn't having the latest update, so it is running with the previous one only. So we don't need to invest much time on the second instance to roll back. So it is running in the previous version. So it will be running in the last working version. Now, if we go to the code or the pipeline, if I click on it here, it says failed, right? So as expected, it says as a production got failed. Now, if you see to the deployment, as this got failed, right? But the first instance, the update has been rolled back. Means the update has been installed, right? So that needs to be rolled back and that need to be up and running, right? So if you see in here, automatically the deployment got triggered. And what this deployment will do, the first instance will be getting rolled back to the previous running version. Here you can see it is in progress. If you see in here, it get succeeded now. Why? Because it is running in the this update is running in the previous version. You can see, right, how easy to roll back, or for example, if any failed deployment have occurred, we can easily roll back to the previous state. Now you can see one of two instances has been updated. Why? Because the first instance was alone. It got rolled, the update got rolled in, right? So it got failed, and automatically this also got reverted back as well. So in this video, we have committed a version of the code with an issue. So there will be even though the automated test, if it is going to pass and it is going to deployment, the validate script which we have in the AWS code deploy, right? It have detected the issue and it marked the deployment as failed on the first instance. And after that, what did have happened? The deployment have automatically rolled back the instance to the latest working revision. And also the app was always available throughout the failed deployment, right? And rollback, because only one instance in the deployment group was taken out of the service to attempt the upgrade first. So this is how we can make use of this code pipeline or the code deploy if we are going to make any change, and if there is any problem, we can easily roll back on this particular scenario. In the next video, I am going to explain how to use AWS code deploy blue/green deployment in the existing pipeline. Stay tuned for that video. Thanks for watching the video.